Good morning, students. In 10th standard social science, we are going to see geography lesson 5, that is India, population, transport, communication and trade. In this lesson, we are going to see what is population, levels of urbanization and its impact in India, transport and communication systems of India, and nature of trade in India. Okay, let's start our lesson. Introduction. The study on human population is one of the most important aspects in geography of any region because based on the population only they will provide, that is the government will provide all the facilities to the people. The human population has many components, but the most fundamental are its number, which means the number of peoples present in the country. And then composition. Composition means it includes age, literacy, and so on. And then distribution. How much peoples are distributed in certain areas, which means the people will be vary among the states. And then density. Therefore, it is essential to study these components. The study on these aspects also would reveal the workforce of the country. Let's see what is population. The definition of population. The total number of people residing in a country at a specific period of time is called the population of that country. So population means the number of peoples present in that country, that is called population. So India is the second most populous country in the world, next only to China. So that is India covers only 2.4% of the land area of the world, but is the home of about 17.5% of the world population. That is, if the land area is 2.4 means that population also contain 2.4, but in India it covers only 2.4% of the land area, but the peoples present in the our country is 17.5%. It shows that the proportion of population of India is far higher than the proportion of its area. Thus, a little more than 1 out of every 6% in the world is from India. How the population will be calculated? It is calculated by the method of census. What is the census? Population census is the total process of collecting, compiling, analyzing, or otherwise disseminating demographic, economic, and social data pertaining at a specific time of all persons in a country or a well-defined part of a country. The census is the process of collecting data of people in a country. It happens in an interval of 10 years. The census will be taken once for every 10 years. The census data are used for administration, planning, policy making, as well as management and evaluation of various programs by the government. So the census data is used for administration and planning of certain schemes which will be provided by the government. And then policy making based on the number of peoples present in that area, then only the policy will be made by the government, as well as management and evaluation of various programs by the government. In India, the first census was carried out in the year 1872, but the first complete and synchronous census was conducted in 1881, and the 2011 census represent the 15th census of India. In 2011, the census will be taken in a paper, but in 2021, it may be in a digital census. Next, population distribution and density. The term population distribution refers to the way the people are spaced over the earth's surface. So population distribution means how the peoples are distributed over the world. The population distribution in India is quite uneven based on the availability of resources. So resources is a basic thing to live the human beings. So based on that, the people will be distributed over our country, concentrated in the regions of industrial centers and the good agricultural lands. So nowadays, people will be settled based on their employment opportunities and also the good agricultural lands. In certain areas, the people will be concentrated more. Areas such as high mountains, arid lands, thickly forested. These areas, the peoples are thinly populated. So the factors affecting population distributions are climate, soil, water bodies, mineral resources, urbanization. Urbanization means the city areas, and then transport. So these are the basic things for humans. Okay, so based on that only the people will be settled in that area. So in India, Uttar Pradesh is the most populated state, followed by Maharashtra, then Bihar, West Bengal, and the combined Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. These 5 states account for about half of the country's population. Sikkim is the least populous state of India. Based on the union territories, Delhi is the high populated area. So the uneven distribution of population in the country is a result of several factors such as physical, socio-economic and historical ones. So based on the physical factors only, the peoples will be distributed in the areas. That is relief, climate, water, natural vegetation, minerals and energy resources. So these are the basic things for the human beings to live in that area. Based on this only the people will be settled. So the where the peoples will be settled in that area, that will be that mostly densely populated. Next, socio-economic factors, that is religion, culture, political issues, economy, human settlements, transport network, industrialization, urbanization, employment opportunity, etc. Not only the natural things, not only the natural resources like industrialization. So many people need employment opportunities. So based on that factor also the people will be settled in that area. So these are the main reasons for the uneven distribution of population in the country. Next, density of population. It is expressed as numbers of persons per square kilometer. So density of population means if the population is high in that area, means that is called most densely populated area. According to 2011, the average density of population of India is 382 persons per square kilometers. For examples, in a class, if your class contain that 382 persons, means that is a most densely populated area. India is one of the most thickly populated 10 countries of the world. The most densely populated state of India is Bihar, and the state with least population density is Arunachal Pradesh. Among the union territories, Delhi is the densely populated. Obviously, it is the most populated area in our country, so it is also the densely populated, while Andaman and Nicobar Island have the lowest density of population. Next, population growth and change. The growth rate of population is an important demographic feature. It not only helps in understanding the population change, that a society has undergone in the past, but also helps in predicting the future demographic characteristics of an area. So, the population growth refers to the change in the number of inhabitants of a country during a specific period of time. So, the population change refers to the increase or decrease of population of an area from one period to another period. So, the population growth is influenced by birth rate, death rate, and migration. Migration means moving from one place to another place. These three make the changes in population. So, population change is refers to an increase or decrease of population of an area. What is birth rate? Birth rate refers to the number of live births per thousand people in a year. Death rate refers to the number of deaths per thousand people in a year. So these are important 2 marks. What is birth rate? It refers to the number of live births per thousand people in a year. Death rate means number of deaths per thousand people in a year. The rapid decline in death rate is the major cause of the rapid growth of population in India. Next, migration. Migration means moving from one place to another place for certain reasons. So, migration is the movement of people across regions and territories. This migration can be classified into two major types. One is internal migration, another one is international migration. Internal migration means the people will be moved within a country. International migration means between the countries the people will be moved. So internal migration means the people will be migrated from one state to another state. International migration means the people will be moved from one country to another country. So internal migration does not change the size of population of a country, but it influences the distribution of population in a nation. Can you understand, children? Internal migration means the people will be moved from one state to another state. So the census will be calculated for our whole country. If the people move from one state to another state means the population will be same amount among whole country. But the influence the distribution of population. The distribution means it will be vary from state to state. So the distribution will be differ, but the size of population of a country will not change. It plays an important role in changing the composition and distribution of population. In India, the mass migration is from rural to urban area, that is village to city areas. So nowadays the agriculture process will be going down. So many people preferred to get employment opportunities in city areas. Because of that reason only the people will be moved from village areas to the city areas. So this is called mass migration. So the another main reason is the monsoon failure. So because of the monsoon failure, the farmers cannot do their agriculture process. So they will move from rural areas to urban areas. Next, unemployment and underemployment in the rural areas are the push factors, and employment opportunity and higher wages in the urban areas caused by the industrial development are the pull factor of migration in the country. Let me see what is push factor and what is pull factor. So here we saw unemployment and underemployment in the rural areas are the push factor. and employment opportunity and higher wages in the urban areas caused by the industrial development are the pull factor. Let me see what is push factor and what is pull factor. So some of the factors will be force the peoples to move from village areas to the city areas. So what are the factors means? Few services, that is only few services will be available in the villages, but in the city areas many services will be available. So these are the main reasons for the migration of peoples to some other areas. The next is lack of job opportunities, but in the rural areas, urban areas, better job opportunities are there. Then poor transport links, but in the city areas better transport links are present. Then shortage of food, family links, war, natural disasters, so many things are comes under the push factors. So the push factors are unemployment, lack of safety, lack of services, poverty, crop failure, drought, war, civil unrest, hazards, isolation. So these are the factors which push the peoples to move from village to urban areas. Then the pull factor. Pull factor means the factor which attract the peoples who settled in the city areas. They are potential for employment. So comparing to village, in cities more employment opportunities are there. Then a safer atmosphere, better service provision, greater wealth. So many hospitals are present in the city area. Then fertile land, good food supplies, political security, less risk of natural hazards, friends and family. So these are the pull factor. That is the factors which attract the people who are settled in the certain areas. Next, population composition. Composition means the people may be vary based on their age, literacy, so on. Okay, so that is comes under the population composition. It refers to the characteristics like age, sex, marital status, caste, religion, language, education, occupation, etc. The study of composition of population helps us to understand the social, economic and demographic structure of population. Why they want the population composition means based on that only the economic growth of a country will be calculated. The age composition of population refers to the number of peoples in different age groups in a country. Population of a nation is generally grouped into three broad categories. So the age composition is classified into the children who has less than 15 years of age, the people above 60 years, and then the people between 16 to 59 years. It shows that our country has enormous manpower because the people who were gone going to job is comes under 16 to 59 years. So that is 62% of people comes under the 16 to 59 years. It shows that our country has enormous manpower. Then sex ratio. Sex ratio means male and female calculation. The sex ratio is defined as the number of females per 1000 male population. According to 2011 census, the sex ratio of the country is 940 females per 1000 males. This suggests that the size of female population is lower than males. Next, literacy rate. Literacy rate, the indicator of quality of people. So what is literacy? The people who are able to read and write are known as literates. The percentage of literate people to the total population is termed as literacy rate. So, literacy means the people who are able to read and write, that people were called literates. The percentage of literate people to the total population is termed as literacy rate. So, education plays an important role for the development of the country. So, these are also the basic components of census. There has been a steady improvement in the literacy level in India. India's literacy rate as per 2011 census is 74.04%. From this, the literacy rate of male is 82.14% and the female is 65.46%. It shows that still there is a vast gap between the male and female literacy rate. So, still many people are thought that female doesn't need that education. Kerala ranks first in the country with a literacy rate of 93.91%, followed by Union Territory Lakshadweep with 92.28%. The lowest literacy rate is found in Bihar. Then, occupational structure. The economically active part of a country's population is enumerated during the census operations and started as workers. Workers are placed under threefold categories in census record. They are main workers, marginal workers, and non-workers. So workers are the one of the main important thing for the development of country. These workers can be classified into three categories. They are main workers, marginal workers, and non-workers. Main workers means persons who worked for 6 months or more during their reference year. Marginal workers means person who worked for less than 6 months. Non-workers means persons who did not work at all during the reference period, include students, person engaged with the household duties, dependents, pensioners, beggars, etc. So these are the three types of workers in census 2011. Next, population dynamics. Human population dynamics is a field that tracks factors related to changes in the size of population and its characteristics. So, population dynamics is a factor to identify the reason for the change of the size of population and its characteristics. Predicting population changes is an important aspect of population studies. So the main reason for the population dynamics is housing, transportation, environment, urban growth and change, education, labor force, health, etc. Then, problems of overpopulation. In India, growing pressure of population on resource base created many socio-economic, cultural, political, ecological, and environmental problems. The population problems vary in space and time and differ from region to region. Some of the major issues created by the overpopulation in our country are overcrowding, unemployment and underemployment, low standard of living, malnutrition, mismanagement of natural and agricultural resources, unhealthy environment, etc. So the overpopulation will create lot of problems. So the government cannot provide the employment opportunity to all the peoples. Then low standard of living and malnutrition. So the medicines will also cannot be provided to all the peoples because of the overpopulation. The next, urbanization. Urbanization means The movement of people from rural to urban areas, that is, the movement of people from village to city areas. The increase in city population. Some people will move for the right reason, like employment opportunity, transportation, family issues, so on and all. Some people's move for wrong move, like thief, begging, so on and all. So urbanization is the movement of people from rural area to urban areas. Next, urbanization in India. The level of urbanization is measured in terms of percentage of urban population. Goa is the most urbanized state. Himachal is the least urbanized state. Among the union territories, Delhi is the most urbanized region, followed by Chhattisgarh. Among the major states, Tamil Nadu continues to be the second most urbanized state with 48.4% of urban population, followed by Kerala and Maharashtra. Next, impact of urbanization. Urbanization and population concentration go hand in hand and are closely related to each other. So, urbanization and population concentration is closely related to each other. Rural to urban migration leads to population explosion in urban area. So, because of the urbanization, the population distribution will be more in the urban areas. Metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Kolkata and Delhi have more population than can accommodate. Next, what are the problems faced by urbanization? It creates urban sprawl. It makes overcrowding in urban centers. It leads to shortage of houses in urban areas. So because of the number of peoples, they cannot provide houses to all the peoples. It leads to the formation of slums. So because they can't stay in that places, automatically they will stay in the platform areas. So the urbanization leads to the formation of slum areas. It increases traffic congestion in cities. Because of the high population, more amount of vehicles will be moved in the cities. It creates a traffic congestion in cities. It creates water scarcity in cities. It creates drainage problem. It poses the problem of solid waste management, and also it increases the rate of crime. So we cannot identify the thief among the high crowd peoples. So it automatically increases the rate of crime. Okay students, I hope you all understood this section. Here I gave some evaluation. Try to answer this question. Define population, define census, define birth rate, define death rate. What is meant by urbanization? Thank you children.